This is the Sphinx, one of my favorite bases to use when I'm wanting a cheap solo, duo, trio base design. With it being cheap to build and upkeep, it's hard to pass up on, and it also has really simple peaks that anyone can do, as well as it has 2 bunkers to keep your loot spread out. But before we get started, let me use a voice that's better and definitely way cheaper to use.
Hey guys, I know I don't usually use my real voice in these videos unless it's like a clip of me or something, but using 11 labs for everything does get kind of pricey, so for my long form videos, I'm just gonna start using my real voice. But as always, if you like the video, then leave a like. It does really help a lot, even though you might not think it does. But as always, leave a like, subscribe. Back to the video. See ya. So to start off with, we're just going to put down the basic 2x1 starter base design. There's nothing that you really have to follow here, but I do have my design here if you guys do want it. Now this is how we're going to build the bunker that we're going to be using. Now there was an update that changes how this was made, so it doesn't get caught on the 2 walls whenever you're trying to build it, but it does arguably make it easier with there being such a small area for it to be built. It makes it to where it's like impossible to mess up. So it's still pretty easy to build. All that you have to do is just stand as far forward as you can, crouch down, look between these 2 half walls right here, and put your crosshair in the middle between these like bar things. And then you'll find the point where it swaps from both of these half walls. Now you want to just go back until your crosshair basically aligns with this kind of like beam thing right here. Now you're going to need a TC for this, so if you don't have one, I would suggest placing it down now. You're going to have to alt look and demolish this. And then do the same for that. Now grab your foundation and then just keep moving forward until it turns blue, and then if you go a little bit too far, that's fine. Just keep moving backwards and forwards until you get it. If you are going to be offline, but this foundation here is still visible, I would recommend upgrading it to metal so it doesn't get soft-sided too easily while you're gone. Make sure to place this floor off of these 2 half walls, or if you don't, then the bunker will not work. Me personally, I like to use a barrel as a jump up here so you get some more storage, but you can use anything from a locker with a small box, a furnace, or even the bamboo shelves that just came in the newest update. But for now, we'll just stick with the barrel. You're going to want to place a frame right here so that way you can place your jump up off of it, or else it won't have enough stability when you're trying to build up top. I don't personally do this, but if you want to, you can have a twig or a wooden jump up right here if you want. And then that's the basic main part of your starter base done already. Now we're just building the same bunker that we did last time, so if you forgot any part about it, then you can just go back and it'll tell you everything. I forgot to say this before on the first bunker, but you're going to need a triangle floor frame right here. Now you'll know that you did the bunker right when you're able to build a floor inside of that triangle floor frame. And now this is how to close and open the bunker. Now the bunker isn't seamless, so you might have to place a frame sometimes if you don't want people looting your boxes through the floor. Now from here, all that we're doing is just adding some simple honeycomb. This is completely optional, but if you do want to add an unlootable locker, you can do that really easily just by doing this. As you probably know, from where the loot falls after the locker has been broken, it's impossible to get to without breaking one of the walls. You can place anything that you want here, but I usually like to place a triangle planter now that those are in the game. Now you can just place your medium battery for all the turrets that are going to be going down later on. Now if you haven't already, just go ahead and add the rest of your honeycomb. It doesn't seem like much right now, but just having a shooting position on your base early game is really useful. Now go to the opposite side of where your core jump up is, because this is where your entrance is going to be. Again, I like to use barrels here as they can be used as depot boxes as well as a jump up, but anything works as long as that roof is still able to be placed here. You're going to need both doors on both sides so that way you can get in from either side of the base. By now I'm guessing you have a T2 workbench, so I'm going to go ahead and replace all of the regular doors in the base with garage doors. Now, if you find yourself using anything that uses a lot of electricity that the medium battery can't handle, then you can go ahead and replace this slot with a large battery, but usually I don't need that stuff, so I just use a locker with a vending machine in front of it. I also like to place frames here and here just so that way if anything goes wrong, this will have enough stability to hopefully hold everything up. Now whenever I get my tier 3 workbench, I like to place it right here if I don't have any spots in my core. I also like to place my electrical components in the same room, so I usually place a garage door on top of it. And now from here, we're just going to make the bunkers metal so it costs even more to get through it. As well as the rest of the core inside the base. And now heading outside, we're just going to finish up the jump up on the other side. And now from here, we're going to build the raid defense respawns as well as the shooting floor. From here, if you're getting raided, you'll be able to respawn and have direct peeks down into your compound. Now we're going to start on the piece going down into the compound. This is also connected to the Gatehouse. I found this by the YouTuber and Rust builder Hidden Joint. He's one of my favorite Rust builders right now, as well as he's the person who got me into building. So if you are looking to get into building, he's probably your guy to start with. This is where your compound turret will go after you get it later on. I know I upgraded these to stone in the video, but right now you should only upgrade them to wood, as you're gonna have to get rid of them later on in order to build the barricades. Make sure to place these frames here, as they're the only things that keep you from falling down while you're shooting out from your roof. And now this base is symmetrical, so all you have to do is the exact same thing on the other side. And then from there, just seal in your roof as I do. Now we're going to work on the roof peaks. These are very simple, but first we're going to have to build a way up, so I like to just use a siren light right here so that way I can just jump up onto the triangle. Now from here, just place an embrasure and that's it, you're done. Although, if you do like to crouch while you're shooting, you can place a bamboo shelf right here, so that way you can crouch but still have enough visibility to see the entire roof. These vending machines are optional, but I usually like to use them later on in the wipe to get things like extra gunpowder or sulfur, so that way I can sell them to people who are just getting into the wipe. If you do go with the vending machine, you won't have a lot of space to put a locker down, so I like to just put a small box with a little kit inside that I can go ahead and use during a base defense on the roof. Now, basically by now everyone knows what a Brutalist Peak is, but if you don't already, it's just basically the Brutalist roof skin with a horizontal embrasure. So that way it gives you this very tiny slit to shoot out of, but it's very hard to hit you. Now from here, we're just going to be building the roof turret pods. Now this is very optional, but if you want to, you can place ramps as I do, so that way nobody can just come over with a mini and HV out your turrets. They actually have to spend a good amount of boom to get to them. Now, if you ever come across this problem right here, don't worry just yet. It's just because this half wall from before is not placed. So once you place that, the floor will be placeable, and since you get rid of the floor afterwards, the ramp actually stays. So you don't even have to have the half wall the entire time. Now from here, we're just going to be building the compound. I usually like to make it flat, like as I do in the video, so that way it makes it look nicer for one, and for two, these will align with the gateway. Now just do the exact same thing on every other side. Now from here, we're going to be sectioning off our compound by using these fence gates right here. This makes it way harder for people to get through your compound whenever you're trying to defend. Now you're not going to be doing anything really on the side that doesn't have the doors, so I just like to place oil refineries on these sides. By now you should be expecting some raids, so you should probably armor up your core. You can do the entire thing if you want and if you have the resources, but I usually just do a lap around it like this. Now this is what I was talking about earlier when I said you should make those floors wooden instead of stone, so that way you can machete them out, so that way you're able to actually place the barricades. You can probably guess that this is also going to apply to the other side of the base. As you can see, it's next to impossible to fall down when this embrasure is here. But let's say that you're actually wanting to get down from your shooting floor really easily. Well, you can just flip the embrasure as you can see, and now you're able to easily fall down whenever you want to go loot somebody. But this is all up to personal preference though. Now you are going to need a way to power those turrets and those furnaces, and you're not a loser because you're watching this video, so you're going to be using wind turbines just like this. That is going to be the end of the video. If you like the base, go ahead, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. I know you're going to like and subscribe though because you love the base. If you want to reach out to me, maybe ask for some tips or give me some tips on how to make videos and better cinematics, I will be leaving my Discord down in the description. But if you like the base, like, subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.